know, and so for me, it's that I mean, I'm like, this might be a little too heavy for this kind of podcast, but
I like heavy conversations.
But for me, it's that thing of my biggest fear is death, and I think that most people have a similar affinity, and so I've gotten to the stage in my life where I desire to go from a fearship with death to a friendship. So by the time I get to meet death for my final wrap out time, I get to do it with a smile as opposed to kicking and screaming. So I actively because whether we're conscious of it or not, I think that like the 7-year-old is still active in here, as is the 20-year-old and the 25-year-old. You know, we're kind of like physiological Russian dolls, you know, and those moments of discontent or fear or what's the word I'm looking for? Like egoic temper tantrums. Really just the reminder of, hey, look at where we were and look at where we are now. And we have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring. And what is it that you really desire? What is it that you're really afraid of? What is it that you really hope to be guided to? And those things for me are just community building and feeling valued, and value isn't just monetary, you know, that's just one aspect. And the more I focus on that, the less I have to complain about, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Well, you mentioned your wife before. Me and you and your wife have something in common.
Okay.
Now, first of all, today is August 16th. So it is the
Madonna.
Queen's, yes.
Madonna.
Your wife's book, Madonna Fans Do It Better. Today is the Queen's birthday.
Yes.
So have you always been a Madonna fan, and have you always understood that the Queen is just, that this is her world and we just all are just revolving around?
She was the reason I uttered my first words. I had been put into foster care when I was 2 years old, and the foster family that I was placed with, that ended up becoming my adoptive family, I didn't speak for over a year. I was completely mute and I made no facial expressions. And back in the day when there were VCRs and videotapes, Madonna's Like a Virgin tour had just come out on VHS. And I guess one of my adoptive brothers had gotten it or whatnot, but I remember specifically sitting right in front of the TV on my knees, staring up at this woman with the sequin jacket singing Dress You Up in My Love. And I pointed to the screen and I said, I do that. Not I want that, no, but I do that. And so there was definitely a part of self that recognized that larger than life expression, and feeling so comfortable in one's skin. And yeah, happy birthday, Madonna. Like,
what did this the family must have been, that those really were your first words?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't, you know how families are, where it's almost that thing of like, somebody from the outside, you share that story and they're like, holy fucking shit. but that it was never like and I actually, it's an interesting question. I don't know why, but the story was always told in almost such a like nonchalant way, where it's like, yeah, she didn't speak, and then saw Madonna, and then she spoke. Like,
I mean, this isn't like a maybe. It's like Madonna is responsible for your first words.
yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, she is. She is. Good old Madge. Good old Madge.
And is that when you knew that, your wife was going to be your wife, when you guys realized you both appreciated the beauty that is Madonna?
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Because she's a bigger fan. Listen, I have a deeper appreciation for Madonna, but I am in no way close to the fan that my wife is. And that's also, I mean, Heather, my wife's name is also Heather, grew up in Michigan, and like she looked at Madonna and saw that Madonna got the fuck out of there, and she was like, I'm gonna do that. She literally packed her car when she was 18. And again, this is like before internet was a huge thing and there weren't really many resources, and packed up her car and fucking moved to LA.
Yeah.
So that also goes to like the power and the influence of the artist, and because we've been asking the question, who are we, what are we, since millennia. There's and artists, like in James Baldwin, that the famous quote of his, artists are here to disturb the peace, and not just the peace in the external world, but the peace within here, the complacency, the inaction, the numbness.
Yeah.
And that's a train I can fucking get on. Like, disturb my peace, disrupt my sleep state. Let me wake up. Let me continually wake up to the grandeur and the ugliness that is life, and let me find these pockets that I can be beautified and beautify.
Yeah.
And hold and comfort and be held and be comforted. It's not like a one to another. It really is an integrated circle. It's that infinity symbol that one feeds the other, feeds the other, feeds the other.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I do. I mean, we want to feel awake and alive and connected. And I mean, I feel,
yeah. And sometimes we also want to check out. And that is just sometimes like,